Hello and welcome back. UI is being a little bit funny for me on the YouTube, but I can see it on the restream, so hello. Hey Renee, how's it going? We are going to be continuing this Two Sicilies game. This game is kind of been a little bit of an interesting thing. I think that I'm trying to think of like some of the takes that we're going to have like towards the end on the retrospective, and I think it's like not necessarily anything too robust, just kind of like dialing in on meta, it feels like, to a large extent. And the food meta, thinking of how this is going to change, where you're going to care more about food and food storage with food decay coming in, and also seeing earlier today that we're going to get access to secondary capitals, basically. So for like Naples, the secondary capital probably plop right down there in Milan. It's probably a good spot. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey, Rock and Roll Jew, how's it going? Hey, Julian, welcome. People are filing in, and so maybe that's something we want to talk about a little bit on stream. We can put it up on a poll. Oh, except our you're the first person who gets to pip that. That's the resub noise. Rock and Roll Jew, thank you for the 2 months Prime subscription. We set that up. I was wondering when someone would pip it. Yeah, we could talk about where we might put governors. Something like this. My UI for the YouTube is like being funny. I don't know why. Like my chat box for like YouTube, so I can't even run a poll there. Otherwise, I would pull like what people are into or trying to figure things out. But okay, short term. Man, oh man, are we interested in having like a capital, a governor up here? Where we would put our governor like right now, though, would obviously be like somewhere in like Florence or something like this. That would probably be a decent governor spot, and maybe even in a longish term, that would be a decent governor spot, something like Florence, Milan. But in truth, like reaching across the way is a little bit rough, so it might even be like Milan, Padova. Because we can get decent control to Florence. Naval propagation is really good, but if they nerf naval propagation, if they just nerf just general proximity, then it starts, the local governors take a little bit of a different texture. You know, where you're going to have a harder time keeping high control in some of these locations. Like, we can get reasonable amounts of proximity to Florence, and okay, that's not 80, so if we put the governorship there, it would be up to 80, but yeah. Secondary capitals seem like a big buff to land nations. Absolutely, yeah. I would say so, quite strongly, because now you get to have your cake and eat it too. First time in ages, I'm excited about all the changes. I think that generally the community is really excited. I know a couple other content creators are really excited. I think in general, I'm kind of a little bit more... I feel like an asshole contrarian, but like some of the changes like concern me quite a bit, which is like, I'm just imagining playing Spain, putting my capital in Ceuta, and then having a regional capital in Maynooth, and then another regional capital down in Niani. And like, I have this pan-continental empire that seems so stupid. Like, did you notice that you were looking at the wrong modifier in the video? You were looking at the bonus. Yeah, I did notice that afterwards. I was, they only had 80% wool, so they got minus 3%, 3.9% or something. So minus 50% production efficiency if you don't have it. So with it being a negative modifier, I kind of like that, because that's slowing down the economy, right? One of my issues with a lot of the changes is I felt that they were speeding up the economy, and that's not exactly something I want. Good countries are going to be stronger. Yeah, having more territory will be better. One thing I do like about Castile, though, from the perspective of the AI, is the AI is going to be a lot better. With these bigger nations as well. Like, just looking at the proximity of the AI here, except for Bohemia, we could ignore them. They're going to be much better. And also, you won't be able to bucket people as easily. You won't be able to put them in the bucket. All those pops in the inland Castile are going to ruin that playthrough if you do that. Nah, I mean, like, with Cadiz, you could actually get a decent amount of proximity once you, like, cruise around this way. You can get, like, 40 or 50. So that's, like, 30 control plus the 20 flat from having stuff at capital. So you're going to have, like, 50 control and then, like, 65 if it's a city. And then now you get bailiffs just give plus 20 control. So 70 if it's, you know, rural, and like that's pretty good. Pretty fine with that. So, not if they nerfed other proximity courses. Yeah, it'll test. It'll depend. To be fair, you could also. That's another thing. Iberia is going to be freaking insane because they will be able to stack new bailiff. They'll be able to stack the new bailiff with viceroyalities. So rural locations, they will be able to have plus 20 control, and then push like 15 control into them with a road. From a city. Or not 15 control, but like 10 or something. So they'll plus 30 control if it's cored, like 50, and then other stuff. You know, it's just gonna be a lot. New Castile will be a monster. Yeah, the viceroyality is kind of a nonsense building. Do we know roughly how many governors we have? We don't. I could find out. But I shouldn't. Yeah, the video, the thing that was shown, he had 3. So, it's interesting to think through. I think some regions are going to be benefiting a lot more than others, though. Like, the Ottomans, like, have, like, this kind of big-ish area that is maybe a good spot. Like, the Ottomans could see putting it here. If you're committed to the Castile thing, like, you could... Or, sorry, the Byzantium thing, you could put one in here and, like, one in here. And, like, that seems pretty solid. You know, let's see, who else? France, of course, you could have, like, one down here. And one over here or something. It also makes it, like, it makes your capital more of a strategic decision than a power decision. So I think we'll see even more incentive to put the capitals in Africa. Are viceroyalities going to be better now? Yeah, they're just going to be better. I mean, I really hate flat control modifiers. I think that they are, like, invalidating a system of the game. I think expansion's just going to be way stronger. I think expansion's already really strong. I don't know, like, the blobbing out is just not punished. Like, and this seems like a divergence from, like, the design philosophy. I don't know what to, like, I mean, I think that that's what a large portion of the community wants, so maybe that's just what they're doing. I don't know what to make of all of it. Let's just unpause and kind of peel a little bit of time off. I think that we have so much money. I think we already kind of are moving in the direction we want to be, though. We've maxed out lumber, and we still don't have a lumber price collapse. Shame. Shame. Okay. Remember, because in the interim I looked, there's a couple cities that could get upgraded here, but we don't have a lumber price collapse. Maybe we're just okay eating the cost. But we should probably try and figure out long-term how to fix that, right? I think we should put that on auto-expand, no? The more I think about it, the more also urbanizing over the silk is actually kind of appealing. Which we had been a little bit more reluctant to do back here. But the thing about urbanizing over the silk is, like, how good is it that we do silk? I mean, silk's just a better input. It tends to make money, but it interferes with us being more oriented around something like wool. And what we could do, I think, is look to import wool and some of these inputs. And so I think we probably should be adding a lot more trade just in general and exporting some of this. So importing wool also gets us more food. I think we maybe prefer to import cotton, though. Can we import it from somewhere? We can. I think we're gonna look to kind of do maybe half, and then I like doing a lot of the half remainder. Type things. So let's pull some more. We don't really care if it gets more expensive, the cotton. We just need it more for more inputs, I think. They should add a press X to World Conquest button. That's like, I don't know, some of the things where it seems like they had like this design philosophy pre-release with the Tinto, and now it just feels like they kind of abandoned a lot of their design philosophy. Like, control, like, proximity. The thing is so many players want this local, like, capitals thing, and I feel like from a gameplay perspective, it'll be more fun and interesting. Probably, because you have more decisions and it's like more nuanced and this type of stuff, but from a design perspective, I think I don't like it. Enfranchisement seems like it could be huge. Yeah, that's one like really need to see to like have a bit better feel for it. Centralized is going to pair very well with the mini capitals. Oh yeah. Or it's going to be nice. But well, proximity is like simultaneously less important and more important. It's less important than if you're small, but more important because you're getting 3 sources. Something like this. It's kind of a weird calculus. Because now you're having 3... You have 3 sources of proximity that's going through. Something we were also thinking is just like marketplaces, in light of kind of our recent research, are just going to perform really well. I think in general. And we're probably underbuilding them. Like, as long as they're adding to market access, you're probably just supposed to, like, spam the shit out of them. Happy Friday, Kareth. How's it going? I've been thinking of downgrading this for forever. I think I should just pull the trigger on it. But okay, we would like to also have production chains for this. So that's a reason to not urbanize the silk down here, is it's counting for a sheep location. And I think on the 2 wheats, I think we're going to want the auto-expanding sheep farms, get to double dip on that food, plus input as a textile. So I think we're happy to do that. And then there as well. Not getting to double dip the food percentage production, but okay, we're gonna keep this rural because it's iron. Immortal Coil, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. I realized, so if I play the stream game on Sunday and Wednesday, almost feels like there's a little bit of some empty dead space, but I also didn't want to, I didn't feel like recording a video, so decided to stream a little bit. You order wool from your spinners guilds and it comes with a free rack of lambs, basically. That's like an interesting balance change. That's gonna hurt wool a lot, I think. Cause, or it's gonna hurt the textile industry a lot too. You're like, you have to, well, so it's gonna be half price and then you need twice as much, so you're gonna have to spend twice as much eco expanding it out. So, but it also was the best food. Now the best food is probably cattle. Takes forever to build a town or city. Destroying it takes 5 to 10 days. Yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day. But it was sacked in a day. I think one of the video streams you said building that couldn't produce... you said a building that only used tools couldn't get the produced in province bonus efficiency bonus? Yes, that is correct. Does building, for example, tools in the province where the building uses them not give it? No, it does not. Only RGOs. Only RGOs matter. Finished goods can never help it out. That is how it works. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them, except I don't enforce them. We also have the lumber issue up here. I think we already mass expanded the lumber. Yeah, we did. And I think that we want to urbanize this. So, okay. Do we want Este giving lumber mills? Maybe not. We'll do a couple locations kind of close to the capital. We'll put them on auto expand. I don't think that's where we want charcoal coming from. Yeah. I was just having a discussion with someone earlier today about building limits should just be higher. It probably should be. Let's build that a little bit in the silver. That's another thing is the plus 20 bailiff, plus 20 control is going to go so hard in like every single silver and gold. It's just going to be like, whapa. Power creep always feels good to the players. This is right, yeah. And the eco's too fast already. This is why you need solid base with room to grow planted in. Yeah, I just... The changes seem in general to speed up the economy too. I don't really like it. I was getting speed up. I keep hemming and hawing over what the hell we're supposed to do with the beeswax. This is one that befuddles me a little bit. Maybe I should try and think through it a little bit more. How do people feel about beeswax in general? So beeswax is not a terrible good. It's like base price 2, got like some food. Maybe we're just supposed to build over it. It's one of those bifurcated goods. You kind of need a little bit of it for trade. I feel like I'd never ever run out of beeswax. Is anyone else ever running out of beeswax? If we're never running out of it, we're probably just supposed to urbanize it. I forgot what it goes into beer. It gets used in a couple spots. It gets used in the trade facilities. It also gets used for beer. But, yeah, so you'll see like a lot of gets used in the trade stuff. And I guess that's maybe what we're worried about. But look at this. This is 0.04. 0.03, that's really not a lot. And then it gets used in the winery, but you have alternative PMs. You have alternative PMs here. But you don't have alternative PMs for this stuff. It's used in temples. Temples, of course, very strong building. I mean, maybe we should think about it. If it's close, we upgrade it. If it's not, we don't. Like, is this a really good province for producing stuff? No, but is this one? Yes. So we upgrade this, but not the other one. This is also really close to the capital. It has solid amounts of pop. Because we really love the promotions. It's the bee's knees, really? No urban beeswax here. I run out of it quite a bit. You had a beeswax shortage in Korea? Because we will also have food problems in Naples, because a big part of this is just lack of rivers. Rivers just hyper-informing whether or not you run out of food is kind of not a play pattern. Well, maybe it makes sense, but it feels bad. We can just expand those out all the way. We don't need to wait on promotions, we'll just produce more food. I just look at your supply. The problem is the supply is going to be... We don't have a lot of demand right now. We're also only plus 10. But look at this. This is all honey mead for wineries. We don't need that ish. Okay, so if we're going to upgrade one of the beeswax, which one's the chopping block? One right next to the capital is not going to have that much dev. Maybe that's how we should do it. Yeah, I like that. This one has 19 dev. This one has more dev, but the dev's not going to go up very fast. That's because we've used dev province. This one has 21 dev. Woodland Hills. Woods Hills. Woods Mountains. Yeah, maybe we just leave them alone. We value the urbanization a lot more when the... It's got a lot more dev, because the dev is going to... Having the upgraded pops on the high dev locations is going to be really valuable. This run just feels really good for the dev, considering we didn't do any... We don't have any of Castile's OP stuff. Mercantilism division. You're in denial about the rivers, not like this. Cities and towns and rurals so satisfying overlapping. We're having, like, all city and, like, rural only. Maybe we have enough dev in Naples that this just creating the most demand is super worth. Okay. We don't need the progress towards spiritualism. My kingdom for rolling that... Okay, we rolled that a couple times. Does it scale with estate power? I feel like it might scale with estate power. We have 2 burgers in cabinet. It feels like we haven't really rolled it that much. The burger version. Missionary zeal wouldn't be bad. We're actually caring about that right now. We could just go for the +7, the tiny bit of pop growth and the +7. I don't hate this. We're at a point where we don't really need to... We want the additional taxes, but we don't really need button clicks outside of that. So... I think we value the button clicks of the burgers the most. We also don't need to pass this. I think we prefer additional taxes. Let's do Festival Ground complaints. Innovative ideas will be good. And we want Pluto support anyway. Is there anything behind this that we want? I don't think so. We could address Burger Mansion complaints. I think this is the building that's no good. Yeah, this doesn't do anything positive for us, so we're kind of okay clicking through this. And then I think we're done. Good parlor. Good job. Good job, team. Having more dev can be bad for estate coffers. How do we figure? Oh, because they have more needs? Yeah, that's another thing. You can bleed them dry a little bit for the coming up patch. These guys are just deeply in the negative. I think the thing is that once they turn on their consumption of, like, fine cloth, I think it never turns off. It just turns off in the UI, but it doesn't turn off in actuality, because we have all the demand of the fine cloth. But I remember it being fiddly to get the initial demand. So... Why'd that go away? That place is pulling a lot of weight. Jarvis looks like the whole script's about to be flipped with the next update. I know. Regards to like proximity, this type of stuff. Centralization might be okay again. I'm not sure I like the changes. I think they're speeding up the economy. Yeah, power. Yeah, the person earlier in chat was correct. Power creep always feels good. Or players think that they want power creep, but then everything gets really easy. Power creep is fun when you like play the mechanic in its immediate like implementation, but like I think it's not good for long-term health. Vic 3 had several patches in a row that were reverse power creep, and I think a lot of players like hated it, but I think it helped out the game a lot. Wow, are we really making 1.6k? Is this real life? Bro, we're so rich. He's so hot right now, Hansel. We're not even doing anything crazy. Could be a 2k Andy. We also saw that we had some counting houses that weren't built out. I think that's a price collapse number, so yeah, let's just spam them. Pretty sure we have these like everywhere. Guess we urbanized a little bit. We got a couple locations up in here. Fair. I feel like we probably underlooked at this. It's in the Naples market, so this is going to create demand. I just know that we don't have too much pop here. I guess we got a couple locations that are decent. Now let's get that in for the upgrade. What province is this? We have silk and lumber. It's not bad for inputs. Doesn't make very much money. But I don't think it's going to have very low control, so it's kind of okay. So we're just going to be getting more dudes with relatively good prod efficiency here. And this is also going to be adding additional stuff. We've also considered moving the Naples market down south. The thing is, being close to Rome kind of nice. No cost Corca's broken theocracy helps? Yeah. But that's like not a crazy thing. Like, this would be, if we were in a normal situation, this is how much we'd be paying. The break even on legitimacy, we'd still be making 1k. You should be in a crippling disaster for sure, yeah. Hey, field medic. Welcome, welcome. Jealous doesn't know he has to do a new demand spreadsheet, just doesn't like it. Yeah. No, this is actually it. Just gotta do data entry and we hates it. I love our gradient. It's like nice and like a lot smoother than the just randomness you have in the other countries, except Bohemia, which looks smooth as well for the just like looking at the tax base. I can't wait for the potential tax base button. That's gonna be real nice. Pour one out for the data entry, basically. So way to tell if counting house is gonna upgrade, gonna cause a precious amount of shortage in my country or not. I mean, I think you could just like I would just look at how much of the metal you have in your market by looking at how much there is, I guess. I don't think there's a mechanic to warn you if you're gonna cause a shortage by what you're building. What's that guy? We're using him in this thing, but I guess we could double use him. Hell yeah, brother. Oop. Didn't want to do that. We have a kind of an amount on the coast. Well, we don't want to urbanize the wood. Wine is kind of trash, but it's been expanded out all the way. I don't know who did that. Could have been us. We don't have much demand for horses. And it's even a natural harbor. But this urbanization is going to cost food, so this is valuable urbanization. Or how valuable is this as urbanization? Also, from the perspective of producing food, it's better to produce food on the outskirts of the market, so we could just let the olives be olives. Like all the kind of trash food just be trash food. But this isn't food, so I think I kind of like upgrading it. The issue with producing this here is going to have really booty production efficiency. But I guess we're not urbanizing the wool. That place has much better market access as well than all the way down here. To be fair, our plans are to move to the market over this way. Let's actually prove some relations with these guys. Who are our subjects, but are not liking us very much. I stare at you years ago and I'm making plus 100 ducats and I'm happy. Very nice. Are you playing as Naples as well? Can you pin specific goods in the outliner? Yeah, you can. So we've been keeping an eye on fine cloth. Our efforts to increase our burger count also seems to be having an effect, as well as intentionally exporting some fine cloth. We have a glut of it. So exports will decrease prices if you have a same supply and demand, but when you have a glut, they do increase prices. We're exporting at a loss in order to do it. Interesting we have a fruit shortage. I mean, I guess we could... We think maybe we're not upgrading that-ish. $42,000 pops wheat. Wheat. Well, 42,000 farmland. I guess the legumes specifically are kind of on the weak side too. It's got 50,000 pops, so it's gonna be a Constantinople market though, which is a different beast. We've been trying to do something about masonry prices over here. We have like all of this expanding masonry automatically. Should marble be an input for masonry? I think it should be. That makes sense, no? We're just gonna max expand in our subject there. What's your favorite Italian sauce? What's the most offensive answer we could give that offends Italian? I like mac and cheese. I actually do like mac and cheese. I just don't consider that Italian. I don't know. I like a good meat sauce, to be honest. I kind of like meat in general, though. I'm not really Alfredo's really hit or miss to me, so I guess I would say not Alfredo. Alfredo. I really like pizza, so just regular marinara is pretty good. Ketchup? Ketchup is the perfect answer. Yeah, that's right. I don't understand how salt is not an input good for naval supplies. Me either. I feel like it should be. Is it better to switch to Lutheranism than to stay Catholic in your current run? Maybe. One of the things is you'll kill your literacy when you switch. Not on next patch, but homemade mac and cheese. Yeah, makes sense though with the mac and cheese. I do love mac and cheese. That's not like a white sauce though. Mac and cheese not a white sauce. Pesto unchallenged. Pesto's really good. The thing I don't like about pesto is it goes like bad fast. Same with chimichurri. Pesto and chimichurri are both like the truth. They're so good. Really, we just love olive oil. Oh, we actually have like all the claims on everyone. But it's almost like we're trying to play this game intelligently. Oh, for a second, I misread the thing, and for a second I read that Castile was on their side. I was like, excuse me? It's like, what is this? Looks like we left our guy there. Which is probably a mistake, to have left our military there. You should have good resistance to the malaria now, no? Why aren't you reinforcing, though? What do you need, girl? What's your story? Wait, why is this guy not reinforced? He is. Why do we put him there? What's in the box? We can just co-belligerate Morocco and fight Castile. This seems strong, no? Seems real strong. We'll just get this guy over here. I think that's our only army. Yeah, we gotta maybe get a little bit better at hotkeying. If we're gonna start playing multiplayer with the cool kids, we gotta get better at doing the hotkeys. Arrabbiata, something that burns your face off. What cheese do you use for mac and cheese? Oh, I was... Kraft. I don't really make, like... Usually when I'm cooking, it's like something like relatively protein dense and healthy, so I don't make fun stuff very often. I do like cheddar, though. Cheddar's real good. Doesn't make sense that stone and clay would work, but marble can just be thrown into a building raw. Yeah. Bolognese is the correct answer. This zone is really good. Now I'm gonna get hungry. The risks. Bringing this navy over because I'm expecting problems over here. You could actually just park it here. That's the only place I'm kind of worried about. Our war goal's over here, though. In theory, we should maybe chase down a couple fleets. For the Navy, the auto reorganize is going to be so nice because lack of reorganization makes you like just brick yourself against the AI. Or are we losing? No, we're not. There's no way. What's going on here? We have galleys in and heavies in. We're saturated relative to them. Surely we're crushing them, no? Looks like they have a bunch of heavies in reserve, though. We auto-balance this? I don't know why everyone... No, I know exactly why everyone joined the right flank. I've forgotten about this. God, this is so stupid. This means with navies, we should also piecemeal feed in our reinforcements too. Because the same issue that causes the super over reinforcement on the flank in the naval battles works for this too. Powdered craft or two? Powdered. I actually like easy cheese as my cheese of choice in mac and cheese. I hate when the AI cycles fleets on you so fast you can't reorg and you just lose every fight. Yep, not much to be done there. I think that we just take this a little bit slow and see how things are going. I think we're still beating them on ships, but they're going to start reinforcing us into a bad situation here. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to come back to... Yeah, but this bad situation entirely because of overstack. Really unfortunate. Oh, maybe they were just beating us? I don't think they were. Whatever. No, so this means we should just manually stack. God, I hate that. Means we should just manually stack these things. It's just like, so that they don't overstack flanks. Hey Playmaker, how's it going? Did you read through the new changes? What do you think? It's good for blobbing. It's a good day to be a blobber with those changes, I think. Also, good for if you don't want to do the subject meta. I imagine it's a happy, good day for you. I have mixed feelings about the changes. I'm not sure if I like them or not. But, like, real mixed, not like, I'm being too nice to say I don't like them type of mixed. I haven't read through, not gonna lie. Fair. Fair. There's gonna be multiple... So, centralization looks better, maybe. And, okay, maybe it's still subject expansion, but fewer subjects. And then, also, you will be able to have multiple regional capitals, which I think kind of invalidates the control system to some regard. So this is, I have pretty mixed feelings about this. However, I forgot what I had said. I had a rejoinder, I lost it, I apologize. But multiple regional capitals, which makes blobbing more effective, I think. And also, bailiffs are going to get plus 20 control now. No proximity, but plus 20 control, which is, like, basically as good as the bailiffs were before. Like that to me, honestly, makes, like, the least amount of sense, because they basically made the bailiffs what they were before they got nerfed. Right? No, before they got nerfed, they were 30 control. Multiple capitals sounds interesting. Yeah, so I mean, it makes it so if you have more territory directly controlled, it's better. Journalist, what's your favorite pizza topping? This is going to be a somewhat controversial answer. Or, well, I kind of have two favorites. I like bacon on pizza a lot. I like me some sausage on pizza. And I like fried eggplant on pizza. So... those are kind of in the top tier for me. China's gonna be insane with the mini capitals. It's gonna be a vibe. I mean, I can't wait for playing Spain and having one capital in Ceuta, and then since the requirement is same capital or same capital adjacent region, I'll have one in Niani, which, by the way, is adjacent to Maghreb. Sahel, adjacent to Maghreb. You can't tell me it's not. And then also one in, like, Manuf. And I will have my, like, pan-continental empire, and then my regular capital will do just normal things. You know. Prepare pitch first? Nah, that's okay. Base toppings. Yeah, the thing is, not a lot of places will do fried eggplant. Fried eggplant on pizza is just open-faced eggplant parm sandwich. That's kind of what I'm saying. It was more convenient to eat, yeah. Your place has white eggplant sauce, but not more of a grandma pizza. Well, yeah, it's specifically the fried eggplant, not just like regular eggplant on the pizza. I'm American. I want my arteries clogged. Those jokes would be a little bit funnier if I wasn't morbidly obese. Every campaign head straight to India and make it your second capital. Womp. It has to be in the same continent. So your first task is you move your capital to Smyrna, and then now you're right. Capital goes to Smyrna, and then all right, it's the same continent. Womp. Second capital. Like. Yeah, it's the text was a little bit unclear whether it had to be adjacent region. If it has to be adjacent region, then 25% trade capacity is going to go hard for us. I don't think we have any of that modifier, so I think that's just straight up 25% more trade capacity. Oh, we had already 25%. All right, fair. Maybe we can go after him. We probably need to repair a little bit more. Just eat bacon like the bad Jew you are. Wait, what? I'm not Jewish, bro. I don't worry if it's halal or haram or what have you. Was that the offensive thing to say? The Jewish one's kosher. Yes. Oh, same continent? Crap. Weren't they subcontinents? Well, one of them said continent. I think they said it could be the same continent, which, like, to me is like, yikes, same continent. The 80 proc source before or after the Spain building? I'm guessing before, so I think Spain just gets to go plump 120. Like... when you get down to it, most people with Abrahamic faiths are just bad Jews. Jesus Christ. Or I guess that's the wrong one to invoke. Alright. Why can't I go there? Oh, that's not my subject. Oh, very interesting. I guess we free robots. Yeah, I think you get to stack them, Playmaker. Just like the ultimate, just massive Iberia buff that seemed completely gratuitous. Also, Playmaker, the flat control on the rural locations from bailiffs with the proximity of the new capital. The adjacent stuff sounded like it was for naval minicap, and the land cap needed only road placement, so time to build an Orient Express. Yeah, everyone's gonna be chaining these like infinite long things to the whereverville, you know? We will. God, I can't believe my subjects are feckless to deal with this 4K stack, man. Real? We've got a new book with a better character, you're gonna love it. Yeah. It said same continent or adjacent subcontinent. Most you have to have a road connection. Naval governors can't be connected. Can't be road connected, I took it to mean. Oh, maybe we catch this guy in transit. Obviously, we just lose the devotion we don't care about. Wait, what? Why is that? Oh, we accidentally sent the cog. Well, womp womp. Is our subject getting beat up? What the hell, man? We got +3 from cannons. So first capital in Moscow and second capital in India is a thing? No, I don't think you can do that. Or if it really just, you only need a road connection, that's kind of... The more I think about that change, like, the more I actually think it's just not a good idea. Sounds like they had to, it had to be an exclave, so I don't know for naval. Gonna put my capitals right next to each other, just Alpha Chat says the UI, rise up. Watch, on release, you'll be able to put, one of the governors in your capital and make it 180% proximity. I kind of want to go deal with this guy over here. I guess he's just occupying Spanish stuff. We probably want to go take over the war goal as well. Conspiracy theory, they were working on 1.1 months before EU5 released. With the regional capitals. That's quite the conspiracy. We have to make sure Suez is loyal, right? Yikes. Don't annex Suez in the next month. Not like this. What was her reason for not annexing Lucca before? I think it's that we were just annexing 2 things, but I think we finished up on this guy. Yeah. We did. I don't even think we have the wood collapse for that, but I just don't want to have to think about it again. It'd be nice if you could just say, cue this for... Do we think we're going to urbanize this? Maybe not anytime soon, so maybe that's just the only way we should think about it. Is it going to be urbanized soon? Nope. Plop. Mostly 1.1 seems to be changing more from the game I saw, more than I saw a game change, like from April to release. Changing more than I saw from April to release, but April to release? No, Playmaker. The UI from April to release. They did so much UI stuff. Also, so many situations got louder cars outside. A lot of situations got huge overhauls and improvement in that time. It was like, a lot of it was situations and UI and stuff. Just fix culture, religion, resetting literacy. That's, I think Johan said it was fixed in the comment. Governors should be tied to characters in your court, and we can finally turn EU5 into CK3, not like this. Gonna make my second capital in Delhi. And put Pingala in charge, infinite tech. Nah, that's how you, now you're thinking. we really don't have a lumber price collapse. Weird. And Castile's doing, like, nothing. They're, like, as useless as we are when we help our allies. It's not the friend I signed up for, Castile. Just thinking about where we urbanize. Yeah, lumber's still a vibe. I wonder if they have burgers exporting. So they should have a lumber collapse, but they might be prevented because Nasty Burgers is... No, they got the collapse. Alright. We're a go. Or it's mostly collapsed, but we're a go in the Geneva market, I think. Time to urbanize up a little bit. From Johan's response, it seemed like the limits to raw resources from mass urbanizing will put real hurt on the economy. I mean, it's going to be the same as it was before. Maybe the combination of making it harder to trade raw material and efficiency penalty from not producing inputs and market will be a larger deal than I thought. I don't know, the building limit being like a lot higher in urban locations means you can build a lot more of those like RGO buildings in urban locations if they're not specifically rural throttled. Like the bog iron smelter is not rural throttled, and like you have like 30 total building levels. So you have bog iron smelters. Let's say you build 5 to 10, and then lumber mill you build 5 to 10, right? And then, you know, you're starting to run out. But these are like inputs at the base level. Just some of them are like rural only, but not a lot. Like sheep farms rural only. So you, like, you can get, like, a lot more of those raw materials specifically. But yeah, you get throttled on the other ones, but then, like, I don't know, I still think mass urbanization is going to be strong. Like the meta. Who do you want to play in multiplayer, by the way, so I can pick that? I don't really care that much. I'd rather people get on countries they like. I play plenty of countries. I guess I don't want to play... There's a few countries I wouldn't want to play, but I'll just not pick those. We do have to annex Milan in order to form Italy, so that's going to be relatively soon on the chopping block. Yeah, actually, that's who we'll do after Lucca, because we're still waiting on Ferrara, but once Ferrara annexes, that's going to be a lot of locations. We have a breach. We have a decent amount of professionals. How are we doing on this front? We only have 8 men-at-arms, what the hell? Or 14? Let's go up to 18 men-at-arms. Oh, that's last stage's tech. Whatever, the number's a little bit neater. But why is Castile so useless? Am I missing something? They have a little bit of army there. This has been occupied, but not by Castile. To be fair, I could use this to siege over here. I think that's maybe what we do. Don't necessarily need to link them up. Having two armies might be better. Just let this guy heal up and then go after the siege. I think we win that. I guess it depends on what they have. They have all levies though, so I think they can't possibly beat us. Oh, this is what Castile's doing. God. Not entirely useful there, Castile. I think we have the upgrade coming up soon. Yeah, Falconet. After the both building cost modifiers. Okay. That is the war goal. 2 forts here too, so... I just thought they'd end up giving market sectors, having market sectors also give proximity. What's the... What's the logic there? I feel I don't quite understand that. Because they definitely... I mean, it gives market access, which is really important, and operates in a lot of ways similar to control. Joe was talking about Smeagol when he was talking about burgers. Nasty hobbitses. Naturally. I didn't even realize we're annexing Verona. Okay, let's take a look at what we have. Ooh, with the current balance, I think we don't want this urbanized. Oh, maybe next week we want it urbanized, though. The downfall of wool. Let's de-urbanize it now, though. Also, yuck. Gross. Kinda don't care. Bailiff time, I think. That's not how we spell bailiff with 2 B's. But it should be. I think we didn't have much proximity over here, and we're not going to be getting all that. Well, maybe when the road finishes. Surely we don't have much proximity up here, though. Do we really? Minus 18, yeah. I think so. Kills are a fire hazard, which is a mega no-no in towns. Problems with this granularity. A location is still bigger than a city. So yeah, fire is a hazard in city, but not outside the city, same location. We need to double the amount of locations. Clearly this is the recourse. Pretty sure we win this. We forgot to reorganize our guys though. You're just hoping they're decently organized. Yeah, and then we're taking way more casualties than I expected. Do they have a lot of tribesmen? Yeah, they have a lot of tribal cavalry. Strong. Wait for the month tick and then head on over this. Oh, only minus 25. So even with 30,000 locations on the map, if you urbanized it all, it'd be just over the amount of cities probably. I feel like a lot of cities historically would not count as cities, like per like kind of the game's way of thinking of what a city is. Though. We're gonna grab this. What do you think about the combined arms bonus coming in next patch? Depends on how much it is. I mean, like, it has to outstrip the... Ooh. I maybe need to change that noise. It's gonna startle me a lot. Rock and Roll Jew, thank you for the... No, wait. It was someone else. That was an hour ago. Dougie Spoonhands. Spoon Man, come together with his hand. Save me. Down, 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 down. Spoon Man. Sorry about that. Thank you for the 2 months Prime subscription. I'm so sad that the governor's source of control feels like it cheapens the value of careful planning. That is kind of what I think. It's going to give you more decisions, though, because there's, like, more permutations. Like, with capital, it's only a singular location. With capital plus governors, there's more location, or there's more decisions, right? Are we losing this? See, this time we started with the boxes oversaturated, so they can't get overstacked to one box. Yeah, the cars may be a little bit too loud. What are your thoughts on capitals now that you have governors to give you 2 to 3 hubs? It's gonna change things a bit. Looks like we won. Yeah, so I guess we just overstack and just manually stack these guys. That's gonna be the approach. 60k locations, endgame lag, please no. I think every square meter of the world should be simulated as a simulation. Really, we just need a nuclear winter to take us back. Honestly. I like where you're going with this one. The Spoon Demon took over his body for a moment there. Spoon Man! That's my favorite solo in all of rock. You guys might like the guitar solos. I like the spoon solo. Wait, what? Real? Oh, dude, no way. And the Navy's getting cucked? Come on. That feels so bad. Maybe we should have just decked on Morocco instead. Maybe we're being too cute here. God. That actually feels real bad. How did we lose so much Navy in like 10 seconds? Like, we were literally like looking away for just a... I guess we ate a lot of damage in that previous battle. God, that hurts so bad, man. mean, these guys are like willing for a white piece or something. Why can't the map just be the territory? I don't know. Ask Alfred Korzybski. That's a reference nobody's gonna get. I've recently been playing some other games. I've totally missed your stuff. I remember writing about polycentric nations in your comments or something in one of your videos. Okay. Do we think 1.1 will break current saves? Generally speaking, the 1.x point blank updates or do not break saves, but generally the 1.x just like big updates do break saves. I am anticipating it breaks saves. I do not think you will get to keep your save. God, I was really thinking that we were kind of safe there. It feels bad, man. How big is their navy now? 27 galleys, 40 heavies. Alright, fair. That doesn't, it seems fair. We have considerably less than that. Well, unless we enforce military access and food access here, this is actually looking like pretty bad for us. Maybe we just fight the longest war ever. I mean, we can rebuild the... We have so much money, we can rebuild... Actually, we can rebuild the army again. And we could also use levies here. I'm being silly. Not even a tiny dent in our income. The ships will take a lot longer to fix up, but... Oh no, they assaulted! Not like this. Let's hope that this is... They left no one there? Did they refill garrison? They did refill garrison. Son of a bizzle. Alright, let's deal with this, I guess. It sucks because our reinforcements eat malaria, like, issues, I think. Or do we still have... No, we have 0 presence on the malaria. So we've just kept the army there. It's not the best levy, but I think it's last age's levy, but it is last age's levy, not several before. We really don't need devotion, so... We oversaturate the fronts. I don't think we do, so admin's not that good, so we kind of want someone with high dip. For the morale. And then... Could also hire merc ships. I haven't really done that before. When we've looked in the past, yeah, they've just been 100% transport, so what the hell are we supposed to do with that? That sucks, we have to rebalance. So now all the work at the academy has been wasted where we had put everyone, specifically organizing them onto the fronts. Yeah, so that 6k stack I think won't be able to handle us. I think we do want to dodge his navy, so I'm just going to do some of this action. Land, take this location, and then siege the fort next to it. Because I think we have to take the fort anyways. Jesus. Okay, he's got all heavies, but we have more ships by like a lot. I don't know if we win this engagement. We've lost a lot of morale. He does have to reinforce in, though. Yeah, our boxes, unfortunately, weren't saturated that well because we had to reorganize the navy. God, it's so silly. We had to reorganize the navy. Hopefully, yeah. Well, this guy wants peace, but we don't have enough war score to force anything. Maybe with the siege we do? And we still don't have an over 10. Somehow he hasn't taken Suez out. Man, I think I'm really flubbing this war. Don't have a foothold in there. Don't have a way to immediately get any kind of traction. I mean, they're trying to siege up that stuff over there. We could just try and do it again. In truth, we would rather grab this location of Bosa or whatever. That way we could grab the province capital. We do see a navy. Okay. Alright, this works. Now we just peace out with the Navy. And just don't lose the battle. Assault ability might end up being nice. Oh, is that not enough food support? I think the food's going down. Well, you're plus 75. It's all fun and games until we actually want something. It sucks because we actually wanted the most off of this guy, but we're not gonna... Well, we have time. We're not white peace imminenting anymore. Bump to Amelia's question. If you answer it, I'll rewind and hear it. Is there anyone interesting in Germany to play, aside from the most developed countries? Bohemia, Austria, Bavaria, and Brandenburg? Well, I mean Netherlands, but that's not the answer you're looking for. I don't think it got patched, but Switzerland has a mechanic that lets them just, like, create an IO, and then they can annex everyone with it. But that's, like, more of an exploit thing. That's kind of, like, a weird one. Messina, I think, is, like, kind of borderline-ish there. Yeah. Technically Lowland, yeah, exactly. I'm awaiting the patch gutting France Bohemia partition of the ARE. I don't actually know how you beat the OLMs in Germany at the beginning. Mercs, yeah, maybe Mercs. Emil into Saxony. Whoa! JG Lover, thank you for the 20 USD. Do you think the proximity changes are going to make the Golden Horde a strong nation now? Probably not. I think they have other issues other than proximity. Which is that they kind of don't have a lot of pops, and they kind of have really underwhelming resources. Don't get me wrong, livestock's great, but it's not like a backbone of your country. The wool's kind of nice, though. It's all like flatland grassland, which is nice too. But do I think they'll be strong? No. I don't really know the horde mechanics that well, though, because I haven't played that much with hordes. It's a little bit tough for me to say, even. Oh, I don't think we want all this urbanization necessarily. Luca's got 100k pops, so that could stay urbanized, but we'll decrease the urbanization on that other one. Cotton's useful to us. We do have a bonus to assaulting. I mean, okay, I think we can just make it work if we want to, right? Wow, that gets de-sieged? That sucks. And we're getting penalties? Yeah, I think we're gonna try assaulting that fort then. We're just gonna bring in units. Not exactly what we wanted, but it helps us to take more stuff. It's not like we mined it, yeah. Okay. Let's come over this way. Super easy to start with Golden Horde and switch to Russia. Yeah, I mean, that sounds reasonable, like, a strategy-wise. That's probably actually strong. Takes around 30 years or so with cores on half of Eurasia. And Russia's pretty strong. So that might be what you're looking for, man. Womp. Womp. Yeah, the proximity changes might even hurt the Golden Horde. The people who are really going to benefit proportionally to other people are people who have weird, isolated areas. Or, like, significantly rough terrain in some areas, and you don't have that with the Golden Horde at all. Gonna have quite a bit more demand once the cities finish. Okay. I think we assault it here. Does that really not work for us? So many pops are dead, Jesus. We have such a high amount of men at arms too. They're all dead, but levies just are completely useless, and we just didn't have enough men at arms, I guess. I mean, I guess we'll refill them. And I guess we'll refill garrison here, and then I think we slap around them a little bit. And they're willing to give us a little bit more, it looks like, maybe. It's not quite a lot. You know who's going to benefit? Austria. Austria is going to double benefit, because Austria is getting the proximity stuff. When they go straight to Delhi, oh, there's the joke. There's the punchline. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But yeah, Austria comes to mind, Ethiopia comes to mind. Because Austria can have, like, a capital here, and then they can have a capital, like, in Milan. Right? So that's, like, a big difference. Like, that, like, Milan can also take a chunk of France, have a capital over here. So an area that's completely blocked off from, like, heavy terrain is going to really be where it shines. Or, like, Castile, if you, for whatever reason, don't want to, if you just feel like playing poorly and you don't want to have your capital in North Africa, right? You will be able to, like, have your capital in, even here if you wanted, in, like, Toledo, and then you go to Sevilla and this, but also, like, you could go after this and be able to get, like, reasonably high proximity to it. Also, like, Hungary taking out Wallachia, you plop one down here, you could get proximity here, right? That's going to be really nice. Or on the other side of the mountain range. So people who have, like, a lot of rough terrain are going to be the biggest beneficiaries, I think, just generally speaking. Don't lie to us, you can't do economy. Takes a strong eco to world conquest. I think that's probably the case, yeah. Yeah, reinforce 25%. Here's to hoping we outrace them here. Wow, we have a really profitable tailor's guilds. I guess we haven't been watching the price well enough. We've been so focused on increasing burgers. Look how much demand we have for the fine cloth now. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, this is up a lot. Okay, we have the place with the silk and the cotton. It's also got iron, though. Are we using the silk PM even? I think we are. We already got that there. We could do the wool, like the legumes spot, maybe. Because that feeds in. That's going to be big for us, though, that we can... The profitability on that's starting to go up again. It's going to indirectly nerf Bohemia? How? It's going to be huge buff Bohemia. Bohemia's got one of the issues where it's got the ring of hills. What's chat talking about now? I feel like Playmaker understands the economy. What? I guess it depends what your points of comparison are, to some extent. Or are we getting... Oh no, we're just getting stack wiped again. Oh my god. Their levies are actually just so strong. To be fair, a lot of that was levies, but we also had a big chunk of professionals in there. Alright, let's move these guys over here. We're just gonna come over with an actual big stack. Sorry, I keep thinking this is our subject or us. So the main idea of building like theater and non-profitable manufacturers is not to get income, to get more burgers. Yes, but I don't like theater specifically. But yeah, also we're trying to urbanize a little bit more aggressively just because it creates the promotions. Like, this is gonna create a bunch of... We could also, to be fair, make tailors guilds here, but this is gonna create a bunch of additional promotions specifically for burgers. Burgers get the most additional promotions, or proportionally the most additional promotions. Playmaker's definitely an eco guy. I don't know if I'd call him an eco guy, but I think he understands. Like, Playmaker has, relative to the other content creators, Playmaker has way more hours. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess, like, I don't see the point, or I don't see the content creators talk strategy or what they think is good very often now, because we're not just all in a big giant Discord together, but... So it's harder to have my finger on the pulse of things. But I think he has over... I think the number of content creators that have over 1,000 hours is like a really short list. I think there's maybe 5, if that. It's not the size of the hours, it's how you use them. Well, I mean, to some extent, yeah, but to some extent, nah. Like, nobody's gonna understand the game in like 5 hours, right? It matters a lot more at the like lower levels of hours, how like the skill and stuff. God, these guys refilled the garrison. Oh my god, this war is such a pain in the ass. I should have waited for the Miltech. Falconets is gonna be nice once we get it. God, I felt like we left here. Actually, I think we might not have refilled garrison here. They all talk out of the sides of their necks sometimes when they could just say they don't know something. Like the content creators in general. I mean, I think there's a lot of not understanding things going around just in general, because the game's not that old. I guess we just stack this guy first, and then maybe take a month tick. God, this war feels so miserable. I just like was expecting to feel a lot stronger. We should just merc up here though. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, just trying to talk and do stuff at the same time is just like not working out right now. I think that admin is what we care about. And then we care about their name. Because their name implies who they might be, which implies what tech they might have. Their ethnicity matters. Could just hire a ton of archers and try and assault down stuff. The infantry from this age. I don't think we saw the infantry from this age. Halberdiers and early arquebusiers. We want lancers. For lancers to cavalrymen. Oh my god. The UI for this is so painful. I mean, we could get a ton of men-at-arms, I guess. There's early arquebusiers. Oh, but doesn't want to let us hire them. Okay, fair. so expensive, dog. I mean, we still have a bunch of manpower left. I guess we'd rather hire them up ourselves. We're really close on the falconets. Lumber feeds into a ton of industries, so you can go based on labor buildings. Yeah, where you don't want lumber mills, or you don't want to force yourself into building lumber mills. This guy's really over the war, though. But we don't have enough war score to enforce on him. God. Maybe this is the way, just take a bunch of stuff that's not forts. I don't want to take, I mean, maybe we're just supposed to spend like 5, 10, 20k on mercs. Feels like such a ripoff though, like, because it is a ripoff. I think Geneva, we have auto expand on, no we don't. It's not making that much money. Or, well, it's making a decent amount of money, we just don't have a lot of control here, so we'll just put the auto expand on the Tailors Guild there, that'll be fine. I still have to think through whether, like, exporting to your own markets and not locally feeding the demand there is, like, how we think through that. Plan versus Generalists allow them to integrate Vassal Swarm and then attack. This is regarding someone talking about Russia. Oh, yeah, having a bunch of lumbers. Kind of not thrilled about the, like, dev pop situation in the further north, but... So this guy's down to give up the bag. We just have to get him over the war score percentage. He's also lost hopelessly. I feel like this stack doesn't lose in a fight, but I guess we could make sure we get more Lancers. We've let so many people die. Wait, we still have troops there? Bro. I didn't realize this. Now we don't. This guy's visually there, but he's not there. I think we will have over enough now. Yeah, we do. Okay, so we can trade with trade capital. And also feed this guy the rest of Fez, maybe? Could also just put him in the bucket and get cheaper stuff next time. I think I like putting him in the bucket. Oh, he's too okay with that. That's crazy. Brother, what is this? That's madness. You should not allow that. You, like, call an adult. Jesus. Alright, I guess we get Zeus to the coast and war reps or something. Looks like actually we have to pay a lot for getting into the coast. So, I don't think we want to liberate Marrakesh. We could do this and then free Marrakesh ourselves, war reparations, and then we have a bunch of ducats. Yeah, 1k. We will have some new subjects to make. I think I like the idea of actually giving ourselves something to adjacent to Tunis. Just to make the logistics of future wars a little bit easier. Alright. We'll peel the month tick here. They might go for this. Now surely the 10k stack of regulars is strong enough to deal with this. And then we'll add this to them. I saw a 10k stack from him. How's it going? Hey Nola. Nola? Bucket time? Hell yeah. Morocco says bucket. Morocco's been bucketed. I didn't even show you guys the bucket. How rude. Sorry, I apologize. There's the bucket. You've been bucketed. Looks like some of our stuff's coming in here too. I think we just... I mean, I think we just win this now. Oh, we just eviscerated them, yeah. Oh, we lost our... I guess that teaches us for letting him be in charge of the Navy. Oh, bro, we high rolled just a second guy getting architectural visionary? No freaking way. That's nuts. Bro, what the hell? We've had like 2 architectural visionaries in a row. I wish we could assault that and have it like be meaningfully useful, but alas, apparently that's not possible. But we will make it sure so that 7k stack won't be able to wipe us, so... I think our navy is strong enough now. He wants to be your little bucket boy? Jesus Christ. It's almost out of pocket tonight. You and the bucket are the reason we have multiple proc sources. Yeah, the bucket's gonna get worse. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, they had it's the good old Rebels brewing thing, yeah. I wonder if we're supposed to peel out the cannons and upgrade them and feed them back in, probably. Wait, wrong. Oh my god, if the cannons get wiped, I'm gonna be so upset. So we wait another month. Maybe set up more eco stuff. Wonder if the wood has taken kind of grip yet. No, it doesn't look it. We can just come in and brute force a little bit of it. Because the auto expands aren't really working the way we want them to. Yeah, there's kind of... The Venice is not quite it's not really getting off the ground correctly. Let's add the sawmills too. What market's this? Brovnik. Yuck. I'm here to judge your lack of diplomat use. Big true, actually. We should be annexing guys and we're not. Big true. No, 100%. I just want this war to be over, man. War is hell. Alright, we're gonna pick these cannons back up. Is there a hotkey for disembark? Probably not. I can't just do... I wish you could right-click to just disembark your dudes. Maybe that would get annoying sometimes. Okay, so 14. Pretty good. And if we have a breach, we're just gonna not assault it because we have not a lot of infantrymen, and we're just gonna be disciplined and not punt our stack. Because we have good cannons now. Can I reduce my inflation by exporting gold silver? No, I don't think that's how that works. You cannot, no. You can produce less of it, if that's the cause. Alright, refill garrison. Go after this one. We're doing it, chat. Wait, how do we not have food here, man? I don't think this gives us food, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it acts as a food source. Okay, it does. I guess we're gonna park them there. We're sitting on a lot of... I think we take some time to do some eco things after this war. How long's the stream been? Yeah. Yeah, cannon upgrade is definitely very nice. Actually, you know what? I think cannon upgrade is probably essential. I was a little dismissive of it in my last, like, tech rankings list, but it just seems to make such a big difference. I think down here is the next spot we go. In terms of tech. We want progress towards communalism. A little bit. Individualism might actually suit us better for what we're trying to do in terms of forcing demand of burgers. Because moving people to cities is valuable, and we have, like, city attraction modifiers as Naples. First time today that I got a casus belli to take down Hegemon, minus 75% war score. It do be a vibe. Trying to set up for it is probably something I'm super underdoing in my runs. There we go. We now have liftoff. This guy's super keen on ending the war as well, which is nice for us. I think we go after Algezir. No, because if we take Algezir, these idiots will get pulled into our market. I think we have to take it in one war, but we could finish taking the province there. And then, do they have any historical? Slenchan, Tripoli too. This doesn't do anything to, like, super hurt him. I think we're kind of into grabbing this stuff, though. The Italian stuff. And getting, like, war reps. Something like this. Maybe we're also supposed to hang on to it for Ferrara reasons. Alright. Or for when we finish Ferrara off. Getting a lot of anti from these guys, though. Wonder which subject it wants to create here. Wonder if it's Tlemcen or the other guy. We will do the cheese to potentially get a fiefdom. Marrakesh. We are holding on to Rabat specifically because we want to have tribesman estate. And our having of the tribesman estate is contingent on that. Took half of France with the CB. Yeah, I really dislike the minus 75% war score cost CBs. They allow for way too much gain from a single war. Like, yeah, the war score cost, I mean, it always just comes back to the same shit. It's the discount modifiers just shouldn't be a thing. You know? It's like clearly the same issue. I think everything just points back to the same thing. Algiers? Yeah, okay. What culture are these guys? Frankian. That's gonna be a problem. Alright. I think that... Well, we could just leave it and let it do its own thing. Eventually it'll core itself. Could also just core it. Where does Genoa have cores? Genoa has cores on the northern portion here, so we could just hand that over to Genoa. Could also just make it its own core. Pisa has cores on it, but that would hand out a bunch of other stuff, which is not what we want to do. So I think we release the other one and then the bottom one. And then we release this bottom one. Make sure not to release Pisa here. And then do something like that. We're not floating any non-chord provinces with a couple of exceptions like this. This, which we're going to hand off anyways at some point. That could stay chord. Why are you not doing this? You don't have enough opinion. Fair enough. Didn't we watch it just go to 125? I just want to click this button and not forget about something. It's going to get plus 30 relations, so that should be good enough. Okay. We just have overwhelmingly high amount of pops here. Don't need support clerical cabinet. Pop promotion speed is kind of interesting. I think we're going to do this and try and pass it. So, the one that we want is really support a mercantile cabinet. But, I do believe you can't roll parliaments twice in a row. So by rolling a burgher parliament, we can't roll promote member of the burghers next time. And this is maybe good for us because this increases our chances of doing mercantile cabinet. The irony of playing maker judging over diplomats, the king of killing sliders. You're supposed to kill sliders. What? I just loaded the game with the 2 mods you use. The map bar is so ugly. Yeah. Having map modes stack up when you have so much space for them to sit side by side is crazy. Oh, like here? Bro, we only use hotkeys. Okay, I think that logic makes sense, though. It makes sense to me, at least. Autocracy push. Oh, that's also why we have more fine cloth demands, because we rolled, like, high rolled that. Doesn't matter if we succeed in this or not. I guess we're pushing conciliatory. Trade advantage isn't very good. We could peak, but I don't think we have another. Yeah, we don't have another roll. Unfortunate. I don't think we want anything else. So, time to do eco stuff. Our state is not making a lot of money, so... And I think we got kind of a decent price collapse going for the road stuff. That's good enough. That's more than good enough. Okay, so... That's an interesting connection. Why don't we go from here and see how it wants to do it to there? Yeah. Cortana is going to use that river. So Pisa to Abruzzo. I have to imagine that this is going to be better. Well, actually, this is going through... No, that already has roads. The other place didn't have roads. I have to imagine this is better. Alright, from Pisa... Pisa's a way better harbor, though, so maybe it's not. A lot of stuff is flowing through Pisa. No road here. So we'll gravel to here. And I think we'll do this, and this, and this. And then also now for market access purposes, we're gonna go to travel time. I want to push this all the way down this way. And all the way down this way. And then to Rome. This is going to give us, like, a lot of market access veins, basically. Okay, switch back to proximity. I think we already handled the ones over here. I think we need that necessarily. Okay. Okay. I think this will help the market. Actually, this might help the road down to the boot on this end might help out the market access down here, but Okay. I think we already made some there. Silver. The silver has a bailiff anyways, so maybe not too important, but. Okay, so that's a 10k-ish spend we got there. Now let's do this. And this is for market access again. Which isn't going to really affect us in the short term, but we're trying to set things up here. Okay, so we've examined the north a little bit less in terms of what we want to upgrade to towns and cities. And have acquired a bunch of locations. Fruit is on the chopping block. Fruit can go. A low pop though. Alright, fair. Tin could probably be urbanized, but it's low pop again, so wine could probably urbanize. Low pop, but we really are okay with it, and do want stuff on the coast. Loaded up is unpaused, and the Emperor offed himself. Womp womp. Also using a theocracy now after seeing you play, it's very nice, but I'm asked a lot if I don't want to be a monarchy. You have a chance, you know, by chance if that's coming from the STH. So that's coming from anytime you pop that event anytime you get to under 20 devotion. So as long as you're throwing the slider, you will experience that. Okay, so we have a couple silk provinces. These are going to be good for the fine cloth, and we are doing the fine cloth there. I guess we're not doing fine cloth here. So let's add it in the mix. There we're already doing 3 industries, which is maybe part of the issue. But fine cloth is going to play really well in this entire province. I think we're going to be putting in the silk now. So it doesn't bother us that this place has low market access, because that just means it'll consume less of the silk, so that's kind of a little bit of a push. So we got that in. Now we'll take a look at the Naples market and see what's the most profitable. And this is just a diagnostic here. Printer shop is still doing okay. The low end of the printer shop is also 17. The lower end of this is also pretty good. So I wish there was a way to sort by unemployed, but okay. This is not exactly the strongest province in terms of things that we're producing. And this we don't have anything kind of cooked up yet, so let's add a little bit of that. We generally aren't going to have the inputs for the paper stuff in a lot of places, so it's kind of fine. We're doing glass there. Not committed to an industry here, and the world is our oyster because all we have is wheat and sand. Sand's an input for a couple things though. Glass tannery. Yeah. How big an input is it? I think it's a small input on the tannery is the issue. This tannery is not even profitable. So I think we're kind of okay with doing these. It would be nice if we had dyes and lumber, but dyes is only for... I'm sorry, dyes is not used in the next level of the thing. Lead is, though. Not by a lot. That one is also paper. That's already pre-expanded. Close the Carpenters Guild. I'll resolve the lumber mill issue in a more permanent fashion. So we keep on adding here, so maybe some of that. But maybe the Carpenters Guild is a bit of an issue. Looks like we don't really have too many. If we shut down the ones that we have in Venice, we can. Okay, so that should help with the lumber stuff. So we got like one industry going here, no industries going here. Don't know if we like the wool urbanization, I think we don't, so let's get rid of it. And then here, we are already expanding, got it. Urbanization here just kind of doesn't have anything to do. I think actually because this borders a lake, we get more RGO if we downgrade this. I think this will be a fine location actually for an RGO eventually with Colombian exchange. We'll just downgrade it. Okay, paper here is probably okay. That's not a input one that benefits a lot from inputs industries, and stone is going to be like the same thing, but we'll do printer's shop instead. Do we have masonry issues in this market? No, masonry price is fine. Again, not very good industries on the inputs, but we could do naval supplies. So we have wool and silk. So let's go spinners in this. Not very profitable. Not too big a deal. Here we have silk and alum. Alum makes us want to go for dyes. So it's nice, chains nicely into all the tailors guilds we're adding. So this long-term papers kind of, or sorry, books, right? Because they use lead. And they're really profitable in this market. I think that's a pretty chunky, good amount of auto expands. Looks like we've spent down 11k now. Let's do a pass for market villages. We want to make sure every location now has at least one. If we're leaving it rural, we want to have a market village for the stuff. And even if we're not leaving it rural, if we're not immediately upgrading it, it's probably okay too. Let's give us a little bit more development. Man, they're crushing the development that you're getting from building roads like on places that are islands so much. I don't know if I like that. Okay. So I think we want to put the wool on auto expand on the farming villages, just generally. Okay. Let's do some of that. I think we might end up using that one. Let's, I think, a colony. Kind of just want these everywhere. Kind of probably, I wonder why our subjects don't build them. Maybe they don't build them if they're not in the capital or whatever. Gonna be pretty aggressively about adding these. Do we have like a full price collapse in the Naples market? I think we will. Pretty close to it. We could mass expand these. Kind of into it. At this point, with our current amount of money. Our one estate is real poor. Our clergy. I think we'll just add a smattering of these. Maybe we're supposed to unpause? Yeah, because we don't want them there. Supposed to unpause because that's going to... Yep. Get rid of this. We're downgrading this is why. Right? Yeah. So, how do you feel 5 stacks up to 4? How do you feel 5 stacks up to 4? I didn't play enough 5. Or sorry, I didn't play enough 4 to really have an opinion on this. Multi-player feels like it'll be hectic. How could you feel like you do with the game's running? I think that I probably won't be able to. I don't think I'm going to be that, like, I pause the game a lot and I think a lot, so I think I generally probably will be pretty bad at multiplayer. Have you noticed that Marvel requires a 40 dev for pop demand? Wait, what? I did not notice that. I thought I looked at all these. That car sounds bad. Can we ban him? We cannot. If you sort by profit and then scroll down, you can add them all by spam clicking the bottommost and keep jumping up to the top so you can keep clicking. Oh, smart. What's cute with the marble demand? We have a decent chunk of locations over 40, so this is going to be big for us though. It's going to be huge. So there's one annexation. I'm a little surprised we can't get... Oh, it's because we don't have... Yeah, okay. Fair. I think this is going to be big for us, all this. Our books and paper prices are going to go up by a lot. Spreadsheet got double hit today. Womp womp. I don't have the spreadsheet set up to like care about how much dev you have in like a really robust way, because the thing is like your locations are going to have different amounts of dev. It's a lot of like hassle to try and be like, oh, if over 20 dev, like an if then statement for every single an individual if-then statement for everything that has demands based on the thing. I'm certainly not going to touch it until I see how things have changed, but that's how you would need to do it. But yeah, like, times by 0, or like if x is greater than x, or y times by 0. Or like, if dev is greater than 20 times, or less than 20 times by 0. Yeah, cook, brother. Womp womp. I also wonder if the auto-expand mod lags out the game. I don't really know. I feel like it might cause lag. I think we should probably wrap up the stream soonish. It's a Friday evening, though. Yuck. EU2K feels so nice here. Yeah. Not that we care. I think some of these values are just like maybe a lot harder to push, or well, maybe not that they're harder to push than they ought to be. I don't really know how hard or easy values ought to be, but just way harder than other values. And plutocracy is one of them. Like, it is so ungodly easy to push aristocracy. It is not easy at all to push plutocracy. Oh, we shouldn't have made these subjects in Sardinia. If we had kept them, we would have been able to form Italy easier. We still might have enough locations after our annexations are done, though. Nice. Oh, we should have even downgraded this. Yeah, we probably want that urbanized. No funny business here. Not the great souls. I think I pushed us towards spiritualists, right? I gotta hurry before Playmaker shames me again. Keep streaming, never stop stopping. Okay, you got it, brother. I thought about organizing people in terms of duos. Like, everyone has a partner for the multiplayer, but that seemed a little insipid without a game. Streaming until the patch comes out. Aristocracy and spiritualists having a button to push them just feels silly, only topped by the infinite free decentralization from vassals. That one feels uber silly, just the ultimate free push. Okay, so this is gonna give us Milan. God, I wish I could set that to just always pick the other decision. We're also gonna get a lot of literacy up in this bitch. Oh, how are we doing on our conversion? While Denzians rise up. I don't think we need to assimilate Lazio anymore either. Us assimilating this is maybe reasonable. The thing is, we don't have a lot of control here. zero control there. I guess maybe it's this. Starting to get really good satisfaction though. Just helping with the prosperity. Just helping with the dev. Like the free puppy decision, holy shit, I'm so tired of clicking that. That might be a thing we like install a mod for, to be honest. This guy needs more dudes. Oh, it's not even in the thing. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Confirmed Generalist hates puppies. They're messy. Coarse and they get everywhere. I hate them. I feel like this feels so big brain that we're letting this be urban so that we can get more. Or letting it be rural so that we can get more of these. Except it's probably actually just kind of shit. It's probably a mistake. But just remembering that you get more of those. Wow, we're already back up to 40k. Where'd the time go? Do you intend to colonize? We're already colonizing. I just want this one to finish first, because I want the market to be in Marion. Oh, I think I made a CB on this guy though, and then I lost it. No. Oh, we have the much smaller modifier now? On Ferrara? This is 91 4 years. Alright. Well, now that we have the much smaller modifier on them, we actually could be a little bit more aggressive about annexing more guys. I guess some of this territory is maybe a little bit marginal. This guy kind of hates our guts. That's us. That's us, baby. I think we want to do kind of the most qualified guy, that is Burger, because we just want to make sure that we keep a Burger in cabinet for the pushing of plutocracy. Do you go watch Lord of the Rings back in theater when it was in? No, I didn't. The Dominico Republic. Tarkus, you're my favorite meme rage baiter. Tarkus, rage bait? Never. Tarkus trying to start drama between two content creators? He wouldn't dare. Just Tarkus, Generalist, who's your least favorite content creator and why is it X? Although I've been told that Koifish talks shit about me, which is crazy because I don't even know Koifish. I don't know what drama is. Tarkus, what are you talking about? Well, it's so crazy we go from having no modifier to just having a plus 100% modifier. It was so satisfying having that modifier as Korea. Yeah, this is starting to get a little out of hand though. We're so much in terms of our power level here. Generals, what's your least favorite Paradox game and why isn't it EU5? Target's trying to trap me with the questions regarding Vic 3 versus EU5. Trying to trip me up. Talk shit about koi fish, clip farm, basically. I don't even know a koi fish. It's like that's no, but I like don't. I've just been told he talks shit. I'm like, what? I've not been sent a link, so might be fake news. Just someone trying to drama bait. How do you have such good proximity in 1488? We do all the things. It's kind of the short answer. So we have 100 maritime presence in a lot of these. I think in like all these. So these maritime segments are very cheap for us. And then we do have the upgraded roads. And we've stacked quite a bit of reduction, including you might be on a monarchy, which was, you know, something about 2008, but you're 2000 and late because we're a theocracy, getting control of the borderlands. That helps quite a bit. It's an extra 7.5% reduction. We have a decent amount of dev here also reducing. So that's where a lot of it's at. You guys think my chats are rage baits? You should see how much I rage baited generals in Sweden. Bro, did you see the part where they served us those pastries and I said I really like the Danish? Were you there for that, Tark? You guys served us a delicious Danish. Can't wait to be making 1k ducats a month and 1342 in Rossbach, basically. I don't know, they're speeding it up. They're speeding it up. Eco feels good here. Well, I mean, like, also, just... We spent down to 10k. I think we're at the point where we never run out of money again. That was well played. I was there. Yeah. Delicious dish. Alright, we're not planning on staying on theocracy, otherwise we'd research some of this OP theocracy tech. Colonial policy, we're about to start colonizing, so that could be one we would want. The blast furnace is nice. Prox cost through port is kind of okay, but we have to go through a lot of trash to get there. We already hit that segment. We could go 50% migration speed. That's kind of okay. I think we're kind of at the point where we want to take the plunge and pay for the expensive portion of the tree. I just don't know if we want to go foreign culture law first. Probably not. I don't think we really are super thrilled with the peasant max tax. I guess we go dry dock though. Maybe don't need Carrick. And can go up into here. I think then we're into merchant quarters, and then the RGO, and then the gov reform. We maybe want the RGO size first though. That's a pretty solid amount of tech. So I was playing Dith Martian with Capital and Kiel, and I don't have very good procs. With wharfs and docks and roads and stuff, patrol the seas as well. Kiel. Kiel might not have a good natural harbor. Oh no, it does. You should be in okay shape. It's a decent capital. Dav is looking solid. We got a lot of places that are approaching 30. So their book demand will turn on. Do you use patrol the seas, or do you just move small fleets and set them there? Yeah, parking the fleet there kind of helps. It looks like we have this locked up, so we'll move this fleet over here. Build a little bit of... allow that guy to kind of speed that up a little bit, but also we'll be able to split off some navies for him to use. I guess we have this split off. It's not really leading to much of our locations, it's just kind of improving over here. Maybe should be urbanized though. Ooh, we don't have the masonry. But I'm gonna so hard forget about this location. Let's just upgrade it. I'm not gonna run out of money anyways. Does money stack overflow to the negative? Nope. We only have 54k right now though. You're supposed to use fleets like that? Yeah, you just park them there. It's kind of a lot of micro. Winter's also really annoying. Is there a debuff for going over ship capacity? There isn't capacity. The expected amount is just like, it scales like satisfaction or something. I think there's a couple like niche like instances where you care about it, but yeah, it's not how many you can build. You think Orthodox is an imperative to move off of Catholic? No, Orthodox is pretty bad too. I'd probably just wait for the Reformation or something at that point. Let's look at our line, see it go up. It's pretty nice. I wonder what that dip is about, though. We will just instantly, like, reprogress towards decentralization, so it's so not a factor. 2.5 months. Well, 3 months. Can't wait a half a month. Also, imagine if we had centralization, baby. When do you think you'll be in India? Very curious how you manage Asia. I've never done it. There's currently not, like, a lot of interest in the region, just generally. And we just did the Korea video, probably not anytime too soon. So, a little bit slower on this annexation. That's fine. I wish we could stop rolling that event somehow. Still the truce. We can fight the Ottomans, though. I forgot entirely where we parked our army. Hey, Poly Vertigo, how's it going? Doing pretty good. Well, doing pretty solid. I feel like... So the changes today, the more I think about it, the more I think I'm kind of probably slightly dislike them. I don't know. I actually probably need to think through it a little bit more. In regards to EU5 stuff, which is what you're here for. Game of Thrones moment, leaving the army behind. We're teleporting it instantly in the last season. Bang bang, shots fired. I think we're paying for stab and we don't need to be. Did we go settle colonies? Get a little bit of an outward trend going then. So I suppose we could do that now. Now that we have something that is giving us trend. Forgetting the army, yeah. Daenerys, I can do it with dragons, I swear. I don't need an army of people. We hates people. Okay, I think I could start another colony, or couple colonies. Did my spy access go down? Did they discover my spy? I guess they discovered my spy. Man, auto expand's such a nice feature. Just kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet. Jesus. That was such a bummer. I don't think there's any show that I know of that's like post-show, like thought about anywhere remotely the same way, where like people don't like the show anymore because of the final season. Like it ruined the seasons before it. Nobody I know is like, hey, let's rewatch Game of Thrones or whatever, you know what I mean? Someone wanted us to leave Brittany alone and not go after the Ottomans, but we have a Zealots brewing, you say? We have like one Catholic pop. Jesus. Bro, how does this 70,000 in one location? Peasants and laborers are upset with us? I wonder if we can... I think we already gave out like all the privileges we wanted to, but let's take a look. I just want to... It's all peasants and laborers, so it's just hugely spiking the satisfaction. Maybe it kicks them out. Oh, this... Yeah, there we go. Laziness wins again. I just didn't want to deal with the rev. Victorious. This is pod racing. And we'll try and move the armies down into the region. Alright, we gotta do annoying things with the formation. We're gonna overstack the fronts. It's galley. Alright, cool. So we're gonna move... Do some of that. So now we don't have to reorganize it all the time. All of our fighting guys are in the front flank anyways. We should be fine. They'll fill the boxes more intelligently. I thought about it once and then didn't. Good man. Truly a connoisseur of not getting upset and like punching your hands, your fists in the air and be like, it started, I'm so good. I watched your video on the update and changes the states make the money when you have low control. Makes me think releasing subjects and closing buildings in low control areas will be even better. Makes me think releasing subjects and closing buildings in low control. Yeah. Well, I think there's reason to want buildings in low control areas, but yeah. Certainly releasing subjects. Like, our average control... So there's like a way to think about it, right? Where the tax base, instead of 75% of tax base, it's now 50% of potential tax base, right? And mathematically speaking, How's that? Oh, man. My brain used to be so much better at intuiting the relationship, but I think as long as our average control is over 66, which I think it is, like per economic base, that actually makes it so that your slider or your economic base on the sliders is cheaper. Right? Because you're scaling 50% of all potential tax base instead of 75% of actualized tax base. Let's say our average control is 66, right? 0.75 times 66 is... Oh, I think I got the math wrong. Whatever it was, actually. But if our average control is 66... in the current system, we will have 0.75 times 66, and our economic base will scale 49, and then... No, that's the break-even point, roughly speaking, because there's not the 0.6. I got it right. I got it right, intuitively. So as long as you have over 66 average control, the slider cost scaling in the new patch will be lower. No, it's not that. Is it? If you have over 66 control, so in the current patch, if you'll have like a 50% total contribution to tax base, and then on the new patch it'll be 50% no matter if you have control or not. Yeah, no, I got it right. If you have over 66%. This is a truth to, or giving kind of little sneak peek of the age-old adage, never do math on stream, because you always just look and feel incredibly stupid. Never, ever, ever. Wowza. I think I'd probably just do this instead, right? No, I guess not. Cost court Manlix in my game is 0 ducats. Wait, how the fuck is it 0 ducats? Because do they have no tax base? Or are you saying they have over 1 legitimacy game? It was obvious this would happen. Other seasons were based on the books, and the last season was self-made Hollywood stuff. Well, to be fair, the last 2 seasons kind of sucked. It wasn't just that, though, because like they were freewheeling a little bit from 4 and 5, and 4 and 5 weren't awful, right? Or maybe I'm misremembering the exact things. It's because they got an offer from Star Wars, and they just wanted to rush off and do that. And then Star Wars pulled their offer. It felt like justice. Game of Thrones didn't deserve to die like that. When Star Wars pulled the plug on the brothers, it felt like justice. Is that how you keep yourself? Is that how you're able to sleep at night? Okay, obviously there's been a breakdown in communication somewhere. What do we have here? Barks, Carricks, Med Galleys, got it. Clearly what we have is a failure to communicate. My tax base is 256, expected cost of court is 22% with minus 8% investment. What? Specs is 22%, so you have 80% legitimacy gain, and then what? You're getting the last 0.2 from cabinet action or whatever? Oh no, he won't let us build in his buildings. Whatever will we do? Chat, what will we do? Well, these guys stalled out. No. At the beginning of the game, when you have less control everywhere, the new slider is more expensive, but later on, with higher average, it could be cheaper, right? Yeah, but only if you have a higher average, right? You have to be over 66, allegedly, if my math is correct, which I don't want to bear the responsibility of that. I don't want that on my conscience. Is the math correct? Don't ask me. I understand I'm the one who did it, but don't ask me. I didn't. Okay. Probably okay having all that urbanized. Then let's start sieging the province. Do we need the gold? Absolutely. I mean, the prestige is actually probably better for us at this point. It's fine. I have 22.8 investment, basically. You have 22% reduced cost? Or are you talking about having over... Are you talking about having enough flat gain to compensate for it? Or are you talking about having enough reductions to cost core it? Because you get so much cost to court, like the cost to court reduction scaling is kind of just booty, considering the better way to approach it is from the other end. Because you could either get like minus 22% cost to court, or you can get +1 legitimacy, and both kind of do the same thing. Well, the cost to court's a little bit better, but it's somewhat similar in function. Oh, we have to take 4 forts in this region. It's gonna take forever. Tax base is kind of coming along here. How many burgers we have? 1.18 million. We're scaling, chat. gotta grab that as well. We could just flip to being a colony right now. It's probably no good, but Marion's not insane. It's not like an insane spot though, right? Was it 1490? We beat Neapolitan. Italy would be really strong. We could start colonies in the entirety of the island right now as well. On our with what we're doing. It won't get us Cuba though. We could revisit this maybe. Bayona. That's interesting. Usually it's Marion. Kind of obnoxious because we'd rather that not be urban. Alright, fair though. Yeah, even though they get the super strong H3 unit, the cavalry, they don't get the tribal cavalry. We're having so much trouble with the North African guys. I think we might still lose this because we've oversaturated two of the fronts. I guess they broke on one of their fronts, so they're just dead. Because 1.0 won legitimacy gain. Yeah. Are you Sanjiao? It's one way to do it. Are we gonna go for it? Surely not. Okay. Happy thoughts. We'll have to reorganize that by hand if we like really want to take multiple comments in a row again. Dude's got so much stuff going on, man. I think we just want to form Italy because we're so goddamn close. So, I think we're just the Ferrara annex away. I wonder if there's a good way in the UI to just see how many locations he has. We need 42 locations. I guess we could count. Oh, just kidding. We're 18 short. Wow, we're like really short. Alright. Get on that, I guess. No normal Mamluks, no cheese. What are your sources for the legitimacy? Or you could tag me with a screenshot, that would work on the Discord. It'd probably be easier than typing them all out. This guy's probably playing the Mamluks tomorrow, basically. I was hoping, I was thinking, yeah, Mamluks aren't gonna get left open. Gotta make sure we keep doing the things. I think the Bayona market could actually support that. Could we maybe... Yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go with Naples again. Naval infrastructure almost certainly, right? The only one we won't do this for is support mercantile cabinet. Outward we're pushing. Seems good. Don't want humanists, so that's... Well... We could maybe throw that. We have 82. We could get 5 free progress by doing this in a little bit. Just to peak. I don't mind buying a peak. Yeah, so that ends up getting us 2 more plutocratic in the end. Our dev is so good because we rolled 2 of these guys. Wow, 30 stack is spooky as hell, actually. We get there in time? I don't think so. There's a list in LFG chat, everyone based on what they declared, the order, only 2 people up in the air, so the most set. So mostly set if those are the rules. Can't wait to Florence all over the audience tomorrow. Hell yeah, brother. Gonna skibbity Florence. On God, for real, for real. Full Riz. God. Terrible. We have 4 annexations running in parallel. God, finally, that guy's been heading to Cuba for forever. Oh, the UI is so bad for this, because you want to build them in your subjects, but like they don't like giving you the subject ones. Oh my god, yeah. Gotta get the stream demonetized. Too much Riz. Yeah, back in my day, we only said swag, like civilized, uncivilized cretins. There's too much, they're accelerating. There's more slang with the newer generations than there was with the older ones. 1 province Mamluks. I was thinking of doing that on stream if they were open, because I was planning on doing that like as a run idea anyways, but it's sounding like they're not open tomorrow, which is fine. I'd rather have people play what they want. It doesn't make too big a difference to me. And I don't think it'd be like way more entertaining for the audience for me to be playing a particular nation, so kind of isn't very important. I wonder if we could take out this 27k stack. What's the +0? Well, slow negotiations is like very much the opposite of what we wanted. It's not the right province. Play Milan Generalists? What, you want to just have like duo in Italy? I get the north, you get the south. I wonder if I could get back there before the 28th. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Whoa, it got so much more expensive in a flat amount. Did he... He urbanized something? Didn't it? Yeah, we went from 91 to 97. What's... Oh, it's because we rolled that shitter event. God. We went from, like, just about being finished with it to, like, now it's, like, gonna take another over an hour. Oh, this is good to know, though. So I think this is the same modifier from centralized, decentralized, so it's multiplicatively effective with the modifiers that are appearing like down here. Centralization might be so back then. Tarkus of Munster. You want to play a different nation? No, no, no. Maybe I'll just play something so I can, like, 1v1 Tarkus at the very opener and then kick the other guy out. One of us kicks the other guy out of Italy. I'm pretty sure Milan just stomps on Florence, though. Looks like Florence, Mamluks, France, Jalurids, Boho, Trans, Kiev, Lubeck, Biz, Naples, Tunis, or Castile. I will probably just take whichever the best country that's still open is. So I'll probably take Castile if it's open, and then take England if it's open. Oh, I do want to do an England run soon, so maybe not England. I gotta consult my own tier list. What's the best nation that's remaining? I mean, Naples is good. But Naples is definitely stepping on... You definitely don't want 3 players in Italy. Maybe I could try and play Netherlands and hope that the France player plays nice. Should be noted that I haven't played EU5 in about 2 months, by the way. No, you're fine. You're good. You're Gucci. If you get annexed by the Naples player, we'll just put you on a different country. In the New World, get wrecked, idiot. Play Siena Generalists? Yeah, Siena's a good... Well, Siena, like, looks good on the map, but, like, Florence has way better bonuses than Siena. To be fair, Florence is, like, if you just get to form Italy for free, Florence is probably the best. So... God... so painful, the extra cost, man. I really wanted to get that done this stream, but I also wanted to like go to bed soon. I'm probably gonna accidentally pause so much tomorrow. I'm definitely not used to playing multiplayer. We need either England or Castile, someone to fight France. I'm probably gonna, if there's not one of those, I'll probably play it. Except if I'm England, I will just make an agreement with France to carve up the rest. They'll be like, yo dog, we can take these cats out. I get annexed in Naples, put me on Cahokia. I wish you could play 2 people to a nation, that'd be so sick. I'm so confused. Don't they have a fort? What gives? What's going on here? I was sieging a fort and then I was sieging not a fort. I mean, I guess I have to take this because the adjacency thing, but... So 2 fort sieges away from winning this war. Do not want the livestock urbanized. I think livestock's just generally the thing I least want urbanized. Just building some market villages to make sure that we get dev. Get that event every time. Jollyrids, I have no idea what they do. I miss co-op from EU4. Yeah. If I recall correctly, it was in such a, like, it looked like they weren't gonna have, like, playable MP on release. And then they delivered. I think that's, like, just, like, right before release, that's what they focused on. We're starting to get the lumber down. It's probably fine, or gonna just take forever to get a full price collapse on the lumber, and we should just upgrade to cities. This one we're gonna de-urbanize eventually is the only reason we're not upgrading it. I think I'm okay with urbanized Treviso. Mainly because it's not on a river, it's not going to get food bonus from that, and it's farmland. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't like that at all. What was this guy doing the last act, man? You just urbanized stupid shit. Yeah, I want to take stuff on the coast here, so need to take all the forts. Wait, did he annex Naxos? That's our subject now. Did we annex Naxos? Why is this something we can take and something that it appears that we own? Oh, is that just the occupation? We had disloyal Naxos and he annexed him. I think that must have happened last war. It's a bit unfortunate. You don't know how long we intend to play? Till 1, so 3.5 hours. I suppose we can go longer if everyone else can. I didn't want to give people too wide a time window. Like, telling people to be ready for like 6 hours is psychotic. Especially because there's going to be Europeans. The Europeans are going to want to go to bed. Still playing with Ottomans here. Kind of just taking the coast off of them. I do want to move the market capital after annexing this guy to Smyrna, though, because I wanted to test out with that. So, I guess in theory we should actually annex these guys relatively soon. Which doesn't help with Italy, but okay. We're getting there. Got to de-urbanize on this guy too. Womp womp. Annexing Mantua, that's probably... Oh, I don't know if you want this urbanized or not. It's got 80k pops, that's probably urbanized. Or it's desirable to be urbanized. But we have to also from the Ottomans take at least one guy who's going to give us claims in the future. Which is not too hard. If we're going to be annexing Smyrna at least. Dude, the Europeans are waking up now? Yeah, but they'll be going to bed, like... Well, I guess we could play longer then. Yeah, what am I thinking? In my head, Europeans just sleep 16 hours a day because they don't have, like, psychotic labor. They actually, like, take vacations and time off. that's not actually what I think. It's just like, I know that it's like a time window that's like better around 9:30. Or that's what I determined to be the ideal time window for doing 3v3s. It was getting to the point where I need to get to bed, but I really wanted to form Italy. And I need to do stuff first. Maybe that's just not in the cards. I think it's just not in the cards because we rolled that event. God, that's so silly. Oh, 95, 95, 95? We maybe could do that. How many more locations do we need? We need 9... 39? If my math is right, which, you know, sus. He's gonna give us 24. So need another 15. He's gonna give us 4. Need another 11. This guy is not giving us 11 provinces. Need 8 more other than him. Need 8 more other than him. And we wanted to annex this guy for Smyrna tests, especially if this is... so I think we'll play one more session of this on Sunday, then. Probably. Because I don't think... we gotta annex at least like 2 more other guys. It's gonna be like at least another 6 years or something. This war is pretty straightforward and easy, though. You need a piece of pizza. Yeah, something like that. Work laws don't apply to video games for Europeans. If anything, they would break them. True. Living in Cologne, just woke up. Good morning. I think we gotta be ready for the stream tomorrow. So, want to get a decent amount of sleep. Stupid event. To be fair, even if the event didn't roll, we wouldn't have had enough locations. We have to grab quite a few more locations, but we're like basically on the verge of Italy here. On the verge of greatness, except Italy doesn't really get too much extra, I don't think. We already have this, I think. That's not that great. Road building times maybe not even worth researching. Sailors and manpower is nice. That's... religious influence is like... There's... It's like a semi-dead modifier, or it's like a dead modifier for us at this point. That's not worth researching for us. Monthly war exhaustion is kind of interesting. Urban building costs would be very nice for us, especially because we already got some of it. Pop promotion speed is also kind of nice. So it's not terrible. Those modifiers don't do anything right now because they're just broken. And then pop migration speed we're into. I think we already have this though for our content, so really not necessarily a whole lot going on. I wonder if this insta flips us into King Empire. Probably not. Gonna stay up extra late, so I'm nice and tired for the game. Big nice. Big brain moves. You can seize a bunch, but that doesn't give you cores. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just better to play it slow and just like annex these guys. I think actually, honestly, we're even right now maybe rushing it a little bit because can't necessarily get the control up here. It's maybe a little premature, but I don't know. We also it's a lot harder to rush it when you have architectural visionary. Like the dev we're gaining like per location is like 0.83, and their dev provincing, and it's like, or like look at their flat. Their flat is 0.79, right? And our flat in a lot of these locations is like 0.6. Yeah, so we would be getting more dev just overall if we weren't annexing them so fast. And it's not like we could get too much control back into kind of some of these parts if we look at the proximity map mode. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, in the 60s. Wait, there's no way. Yeah, no, that's heading down to 50s, and this is probably headed down as well. No, 60s. But this part of Italy is a little bit more of the dead zone for us, like in the long term. Because we get up this coast, but this is a lot to get to. And we're heading probably through the other way to get to here. Yeah. Like when we head over here, we're heading around the boot. So this is going to be an example of when we can get the governorship buildings. Like a governorship building right here maybe makes a ton of sense. For like if we had exactly one governorship building, we would probably put it right here. Maybe slightly upstream. This is on the river, but it's the portion of the river that feeds into that. Maybe this is a little bit better. I don't think either of these are. Well, this is 55 is enough. I think we have 80 here as well. Also, the lake here is nice. So we get right into that. So we get up the river and then are able to project down here as well. I think maybe since we're not super far up into the north, even like over here would make some sense. Something like this, probably a little too cute. I don't think we have a good harbor there. Yeah, well, I guess maybe split. EU5 players are obsessed with viewing everything. Viewers from Chioggia are rejoicing right now. General's plans governor in their hometown. Yeah. Beatings will continue until morale improves. Somewhere over here, though. I don't know where you'd put them if you have 3, though. That's the thing that's getting me right now. I guess, well, actually, I guess if I had 3, I would put one in Constantinople, probably. Or Smyrna. Yeah, maybe it's Smyrna. Smyrna would make a lot of sense. Take this, put it there. Well, moving the actual capital to Smyrna would maybe make more sense, and then having the an additional like pseudo capital here, and then a pseudo capital over here or something, and maybe even one in Milan because the pseudo capitals aren't worth as much, and then have the capital in Smyrna. The capital being in Smyrna because you get a Asian tech if we were to move it over there. And maybe also just flip Turkish culture and just flip Turkey. Pretty close to 10 million pops too. Is that France with over 10 million? Man. I think we're just way stronger than him though. So he's doing okay. Tax base, yeah, this isn't anywhere close to ours. Alright. You should RP corruption in your kingdom, check where your cabinet members are from, then based on the governor's sack capitals based on that. Targets, you're gonna have fun when the next patch comes through. For the RP stuff. I think we look to see if anyone is streaming the category, see about the raids. Sayuza is playing, but he's playing Hearts of Iron. What? Not Victoria 3? What happened? It's gonna be all Europeans, it's gonna be a bunch of Germans. Every time I play in the evening and I try and raid someone, it's all Germans. Yeah, number 1 person is Wir Urban die Neue Welt. Okay, I think we might just wrap up the stream then. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, etc. Mostly etc. Just got here. How broken? Just got here. I apologize. We're on our way out. How broken are bailiffs going to be? 40% min proximity. That's not how they work. They aren't going to give a source of proximity anymore. They're going to give 20 flat control, which I think is a pretty big buff. Means you're going to get to have 100 control and a lot of your like premium resources, so you're going to just like slap them down wherever you have gold and silver and this type of thing. I think extra capitals should have a huge chance to rebel, ripping away huge parts. Maybe, but that's going to be a mechanic people like bro, people on the forums would cry so freaking hard if that was the mechanic, and it was like hard to control or hard to stop or this type of thing. You know, if it at all felt like a high threat mechanic, people would be like, bro, I don't want to lose my entire kingdom, no, type of thing. Except it's not losing your entire kingdom, but it's losing your entire kingdom when it hits you right in the feels. But okay, see you guys tomorrow. We will be streaming multiplayer. Yeah, bye-bye. Just kidding, guys. The Twitch viewers, we're just gonna go longer. Now, I said that because it actually goes on